Welcome to part. I don't know what fucking part this is now. I don't know what part this is. I'll have to get Matthew to piece it all in. I've been a few Wi-Fi issues today. Terry should be joining us shortly. Yeah, you were saying, Terry, about Pat Brown. Terry, are you there, mate?
Mate, I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah, you were saying about Pat Brown.
He's not the answer, right?
No?
He's not the answer for Matchroom. There's nothing they can do to convince me he's the answer. Do you know what I mean?
No.
So they're desperately looking for someone to be the answer, and right now they don't have it. And so they're going to keep telling you these guys are in hard fights because they think that's going to sell, but it's not. Like, we're not stupid. Do you know what I mean? We're just not stupid now.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is why boxing's in a mess. Frank's got too many in his stable. Eddie ain't got enough in his stable. And we need like a shake-up, like a little, like some horse trading. So they get like even stables and we can just go from there.
Okay, then we'll blast through these next 20. Dillian Whyte against Moses Atome's pay-per-view. Derek Chisora saying, Dillian, I'm just going to leave you a voice text. Don't take it. The guy's a killer. What do you think, Terry? Pay-per-view? Novice against a washed-up 38-year-old who's never won anything past the British. Pay-per-view.
No, not for me, mate. Sorry. I love Moses Atama, and I think Moses Atama is class. But no.
When was the last time Dillian Whyte looked good?
Look good or got a good win?
Good win.
Did he beat Parker? Or did he lose to Parker?
He beat Parker, but that was a long time ago. But he beat Povetkin in 21 March.
No, I would have said Parker because, you know, they were both relatively fresh. So I thought that was a good performance, actually. He hung in there when, you know, he could have folded.
Long time ago, that, Terry.
That's what I mean. Remember, he was waiting for that Fury fight for so long that he just dithered in his career.
Yeah. Looking at his career, he's obviously going back from that. He's at Fury, got beat against Fury, didn't try. He's been in with Franklin, Hammer, Tete since then. Fury, Franklin, Hammer, and Tete. That's not a roadman killer run, is it? In my opinion, his tools are not sharp, and he's throwing. If you go on this, look at the statistics. He's getting heavier and heavier and heavier in his last 6 fights. He's throwing less and less. He's holding more. He's not slipping and sliding as much. He's showing all the signs of an aging fighter. You see where I'm coming from? And I think that's why. Go on, sorry.
That's it. I'm telling you now, Russ. Frank knows what he's doing. This is a revenge Frank's been waiting.
Our eyes, can't we?
Yeah.
It's in front of us. Go on box track, it's all there. He's heavier and heavier and heavier. He's throwing less. He's holding on more. He's taking rounds off. He's admiring his work more when he lands, and he's not got that zip. Now this other kid, he's a 12-0. He's a sharp shooter, as Curtis Woodhouse said. And Peter Freitas nailed it to me. There are 2 different stages of their career, aren't they? And Bricktop's not stupid, is he?
No, exactly.
So, okay. 16th of August, though, Dillian Whyte, Moses Atome. It's a long way away, isn't it? What is it, 6 or 7 weeks or something? What, 30 or 40? 6 or 7 weeks. And will Bricktop get his revenge for the Fury fiasco at Wembley? I think he does. I think he'll get him smashed up.
Yeah.
Derek against Parker. Somebody said to me that's off now. Is that? But nobody's come out and made a statement about it. What do you think to that?
No, I think that will happen.
You think it'll happen? Oh, well.
Yeah.
We're going to see, aren't we?
Because Parker's kind of just kicking his heels now, isn't he?
No, people are saying in the know that it's off that. Lawrence Okoli, he's on the undercard of Usyk against Daniel Dubois, chief support against Kevin Lerena. How do you see that fight going?
I think Lawrence will stop him.
Yeah.
Decent fight though. Like credit where credit's due. Lorena doesn't shirk his work, does he? Definitely goes looking for those fights.
I think it's all pointing towards Lawrence putting Lorena on bottom moon along with Dillian Whyte. They could sit next to each other, Lorena and Dillian, can't they?
Yeah. I mean,
let's have a look. Let's have a look. Michael Hunter against Pulev. People are telling me that's off now as well.
That's a shame. Like Michael Hunter's career has just been a disaster, hasn't it?
Yeah. So they're saying that's off, but nobody in mainstream media's mentioning that. So that belt, Pulev's belt, somebody else could be buying that now or trying to get that belt, couldn't they? You know, to have a little slice of the cake. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's a lot of chit chat going on. Zhang's parked up. Caballel, undefeated 32-year-old, 26-0. He's parked up. Wilder looked awful other night, and they're talking about him and AJ. That wouldn't be two men fighting in Witherspoons, wouldn't it, on a Saturday afternoon?
No, I thought Wilder looked kind of like the old Wilder.
Terry, come on, his timing was shocking. It was worse than mine.
But it's always been that way.
What, my timing or Wilder's?
No. Everyone has this impression that Wilder was this really accurate, well-timed box. He wasn't. Yeah. This is who Wilder's always been. He's just 39 years old. That's the only difference.
Terry, innit?
No, awkward.
Well, we're going to see, aren't we? Manny Pacquiao against Barriers. We spoke about that. Why are the WBC letting him come back after half a decade out in the world title shot?
Sanctioning fees.
Pat Dan called it, didn't he? Dan Rayfield, he called it, didn't he? He's always sticking it to WBA and WBC, hasn't he? Jake Paul is when the rankings come out at the end of the month, he's got a top 15 ranking with the WBC. And they're saying a top 10 with the WBA, a bit like Joe Fournier.
I can't be mad though, because he didn't ask for any of this. Boxing gave it to him. He didn't ask for it.
I know, it's shocking, isn't it? Absolutely shocking. Paulie Malignaggi is very vocal at the moment about Jake Paul, but the last 48 hours, he looks to me like he's fallen into line and he's team Jake Paul. What do you think to that?
Mate, when everyone's got money to make, people behave themselves.
Yeah, it's absolute craziness. Absolute craziness. Liam Cameron, somebody told me he's been knocking fights back left, right, and centre. I don't know what's going on there, you, but ain't it one
Wait. Knocking what fights back? Who said that?
Somebody told me he's been knocking fights back.
You got to stop listening to people, Russ. Like, I was messaging Liam the other day.
Is he all right? Is he in camp?
So always training. But his thing was, because remember for ages, he was like, I'm going down to 168, right?
Yeah.
And then they had the chat with him. Yeah, then they had a chat with the management. It was like, well, if you go to 168, there's no one there.
Shiraz.
Right? It's Callum Simpson and Mark Jeffers. That's about it, right? So there's like, go back to 175, take some time out, and get your weight up. So it's not that he's knocking fights back. He's like, I've got to become a light heavyweight now. So what he's doing makes perfect sense. Get your weight up, and then fight.
Yeah.
So when people say he's knocking fights back, see, this is why you can't listen to people. People talk out their backside.
I'm asking the question because you've got his ear or I am anymore. I'm just asking.
Yeah. So as example, right? Let's say you said to me, do you know what, Terry? I need to get some new equipment to do a podcast, right? And it might take you a month or so. Huh?
Hey, hang on a minute. Hey, sir. Yo, come on. When we're getting your microphone from covers it, Tom. There you go. You having a dig at my microphone, Telly?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you got new equipment and you just paused Porky's Corner for 3 weeks, I couldn't say, he's slacking, he's doing this, he's doing that. I'd just say, look, he'll be back when he's ready.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there's no point in, I mean, there's no point in doing anything until he's ready. So people saying we're offering Liam Cameron fights, but I can do that now, right? I can say, Liam, do you want to fight Joshua tomorrow? Nah, he's too heavy. Liam's knocking fights back. So a lot of people in boxing love to gossip. That's what we need to be addressing this, Russ. You say kick the coppers out of boxing, kick the gossips out of boxing. Name and shame these people who are tittle-tattling.
Listen, I used to sit in that office. Dennis used to put speaker on. People used to ring up with some of the most freakiest ideas you've ever heard in your life. And Dennis would be like, oh, what do you think to that? And I'd be like, wow, at the beginning. And then after a while, I'd be like, talk to me when they've been on scales the day before. Because it's just knackers for the sake of chatting, isn't it? And you've got a lot of people with a lot of things bubbling and a lot of ideas. Grifters, you call them, don't you, Tal?
Yeah.
Grifters.
Hey, professional grifters.
But I'd like to see Liam at 168. I'd like to see him at 168.
I think he'll be 175 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because who's at 168 for him to fight in the UK?
Well, I hope so. Do you have to go at 12, Tel?
Mate, I do. Really, really do.
Okay. Well, listen, we've done a free pass. So I do apologise for the breaks in between. I've got a geezer here with. I don't know what he's doing here with this extension, but it's knocking the Wi-Fi off while he's buffing away on my bumper. So listen, have a great day. It's red hot out. We're out here yesterday, though, wasn't it?
Mate, it's raining here. Like it's really raining. But you know the bad thing about that, Russ, is it's raining, but it's warming up again, so it's just going to be humid.
Yeah, a bit muggy, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the worst of all possible worlds, mate.
How did you get sunburn? Were you watching rugby or were you playing?
Playing,
yeah. Having to roll around with sunburn on your body and that. Oh, I bet you had a good few cold ones after, didn't you?
Yeah. They definitely sunk a few, man. They all,
rugby crowd, they're not bad, actually. They're not bad. We've got rugby. I've had a few swills with rugby lads. They're all right. We've got good temperaments and that. You know what I mean?
But it was nice. It was like a charity tournament, Russ. So it was like a family day. So it's just loads of people bringing their families, like loads of clubs and players I played against when I was a kid. Nice to see them, the families. It was nice. You know, you're just having like nice, sensible, civilized drinks with people.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You know,
right.
But it does look painful as hell, but ooh.
Tell me about it. Well, listen, what position do you play, Terry, if you don't mind me asking?
Because it's summer, we're not really playing 15, so you kind of just play where you play. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, as long as you can catch, pass, and run, you're good.
All right. Well, listen, you have a great day. What's left of it, and I'll speak to you again.
All right, pal. Speak to you soon, right?
Cheers, mate. Right.
Yeah. Who needs the commission?
Pardon?
Who needs the commission?
Who needs the commission? We're the commission, kid.
Exactly.
All right. I'll see you, mate.
All right, mate. Take care.
All right. That with Terry, Chopper and Dharma. Women loving men when I play rugby with him. Well, that's about it, really. Three parts of this should be two-parter, but I don't want to send it to Matthew to mess about with. I'll just get it out. Sometimes mistakes happen, don't they? We have no to hide on here. Like I said, it's all right being cheeky and bouncing about in front of a camera, but if you don't know how to work anything, it's no good, is it? All right. So I think that's about it. I think I'm going to go into Brum now with my snooker queue and play pool for about 5 hours and just lose myself. Well, peace out. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Well, peace out. Max, give me a ring.